The content shared on Arcturia's transmission is intended for educational and informational purposes only. It is based on spiritual perspectives, personal development concepts, and general wellness information. Nothing presented in these videos should be considered medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. The information provided is not intended to replace the guidance, diagnosis, or recommendations of qualified healthcare professionals. Always consult your physician or another licensed healthcare provider before making decisions regarding your health, diet, supplements, medications, or lifestyle changes. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay seeking it because of something you have seen on this channel. By watching this content, you acknowledge that you are solely responsible for your own health decisions and that Arcturia's transmission cannot be held liable for any actions taken based on the information presented. Greetings, Awakened One. I am Leon, your Arcturian emissary of health and light. Look down right now at your hands, turn them over. Look at your palms, examine the tips of your fingers, notice the subtle lines, the temperature, and the texture of your skin. What if I told you that your hands are not merely mechanical tools for touching the physical world, but direct biomagnetic dashboards reflecting the true internal health of your liver, your heart, your central nervous system, and your cellular age? Many of you walking this dense earth plane are suffering from mysterious physical fatigue, chronic brain fog, unexplained joint stiffness, and deep emotional heaviness, completely unaware that your body has been broadcasting urgent physiological warnings through your hands for months or even years. Modern medical systems often view the hand as an isolated structure of bones and tendons, but in Arcturian wellness science, your hands represent the terminal nodes of your complex nervous grid and vascular highway. Every nerve ending in your fingers sends continuous real-time signals to your brain, your gut, your endocrine glands, and your vital organs. Today, I am here to decode the biological signals written in your hands, to uncover why your physical vitality has been draining away, and to provide you with the precise physical and energetic tools to restore your cellular health before irreversible degeneration takes hold. Pay close attention to every word of this transmission, because what you learn today will forever change how you understand your body and guide you back into complete physical balance. Let us begin by uncovering a hidden health crisis silently developing inside your physical body, one that reveals itself directly through your hands long before any standard blood test shows an abnormality. Most people look at their hands and only notice cosmetic changes, such as dry skin, dark spots, or a bit of morning stiffness. However, your hands are the most sensitive bioindicators on your entire body. Consider the temperature of your fingertips. If your hands are chronically cold, even in comfortable environments, your physical body is communicating an urgent vascular distress signal. Cold hands are not just a minor inconvenience or poor weather tolerance. They indicate systemic microvascular constriction, autonomic nervous system imbalance, and a declining thyroid gland. Your heart is struggling to push oxygenated, nutrient-rich blood to the furthest peripheries of your body. When peripheral blood flow fails, cellular starvation occurs in your distant tissues, metabolic waste products build up in your joints, and systemic biological aging accelerates rapidly. Look closely at your fingernails right now. Do you see vertical ridges running from the cuticle to the tip? Are your nail beds pale, or have the half-moon shapes at the base of your nails disappeared? Vertical ridges on the nails are a clear biological signal of malabsorption, chronic oxidative stress, and insufficient stomach acid, which prevents your digestive tract from pulling essential minerals like zinc, silica, and magnesium from the food you consume. Pale nail beds signal poor red blood cell oxygenation, while the disappearance of the lunulae, the half-moons at the nail base, points directly to declining mitochondrial energy and sluggish thyroid function. Observe your palms as well. Are they red, blotchy, or warm to the touch? Redness on the palms, known in physical medicine as palmar erythema, is a silent warning flag from your liver. When your liver becomes overburdened by environmental toxins, processed ingredients, or excess hormones, it loses its ability to filter the blood efficiently, causing microcapillaries in the hands to dilate and inflame. Notice if your fingers experience subtle tremors or internal vibrations when extended. This subtle shaking is an early sign of peripheral nerve demyelination and cellular electrolyte depletion, showing that your central nervous system is stuck in an exhausting state of chronic overdrive. You have been ignoring these physical warnings because you were never taught how to read the physical map of your own hands. Your hands are desperately calling for your attention, signaling that internal toxicity, arterial stiffness, and nervous system breakdown are happening deep within your core right now. Some transmissions don't come through words, they come through frequency. If something stirred within you just now, that's not a coincidence. Over 1,200 people have already activated their Arcturian codes, and they wish they had found this sooner. The Arcturian Encyclopedia, the Complete Arcturian Medicine, is a 122-page ebook with ancient techniques for body restoration, energy balance, and activating your natural inner healing power. Are you next? Get instant access in the first pinned comment. Only 72 hours at the launch price. Now that you understand how your hands broadcast the hidden condition of your internal organs, we must confront the common mistake that keeps millions of people trapped in chronic physical decay. The most damaging error you can make when these physical signs appear is attempting to fix the outer symptom while completely ignoring the internal root cause. When your hands become dry, rough, or cracked, what is your first instinct? You reach for synthetic creams, chemical lotions, or petroleum balms. You treat your skin as an isolated superficial layer, believing that topical moisture can fix cellular dehydration. But skin dryness on your hands is an internal signal of essential fatty acid deficiencies, chronic low-grade inflammation, and a stagnant lymphatic system. Coating your skin with synthetic chemicals suffocates your pores, creating an additional toxic burden for your liver to filter while doing nothing to hydrate your cells from the inside out. When your knuckles begin to ache, swell, or feel rigid upon waking, what do you usually do? You immediately take anti-inflammatory pain relievers, apply numbing rubs, or ignore the pain until it becomes unbearable. This is a profound mistake that creates a dangerous biological loop. Pharmaceutical pain suppressants do not repair worn cartilage, clear uric acid crystals, or restore synovial fluid. They simply sever the warning signal traveling along the nerve pathway from your hand to your brain. This lulls you into a false sense of security, while the underlying inflammatory fire continues to destroy your delicate joints. Furthermore, continuous use of synthetic anti-inflammatory substances damages your stomach lining, reduces kidney filtration, and further burdens your liver, worsening the precise internal toxicity that caused the joint pain in the beginning. Another fatal mistake is brushing off cold hands, hand weakness, or finger numbness as a normal part of getting older. Aging is not synonymous with physical deterioration. Systemic breakdown occurs when you accept loss of function as natural. When you ignore tingling, reduced grip strength, or cold extremities, you are allowing your peripheral nerve fibers to starve and your microblood vessels to calcify. By masking symptoms with temporary surface treatments and accepting physical decline as inevitable, you stay trapped in a cycle of accelerating illness. You are effectively placing tape over the warning lights on your vehicle's dashboard and expecting the engine to repair itself. To stop physical breakdown and reclaim your vitality, you must cease treating your hands as separate from your core organs and begin restoring the internal systems that sustain them. To break free from this cycle of degeneration and restore your physical health from the inside out, you must implement a powerful, targeted habit that reactivates microvascular circulation and revitalizes your peripheral nerve pathways. This practice, rooted in Arcturian health principles, is known as peripheral vascular flushing combined with deep fascial release. Standard health routines focus heavily on large muscular areas, completely neglecting the intricate network of blood vessels, delicate tendons, and nerve receptors concentrated in your wrists and hands. To perform this transformative routine, you start each morning with contrast thermal hydrotherapy for your hands. Submerge both hands up to the wrists in comfortably warm water infused with magnesium bath flakes or raw sea salt for 3 minutes. Warmth expands constricted blood vessels, allowing oxygen-rich blood to surge into dormant hand tissues, while magnesium absorbs through the skin to relax smooth muscle fibers around your blood vessels. Immediately following the warm soak, immerse your hands in cold water for 30 seconds. This thermal shift triggers rapid vascular contraction, forcing stagnant venous blood and accumulated metabolic waste out of your hands and back toward your primary filtration organs. Repeating this contrast loop 3 times creates a natural pumping action that flushes toxic waste from your tissues, restores capillary elasticity, and stimulates sleeping nerve endings. Immediately after the hydrotherapy flush, to form a targeted fascial and nerve release. Using your opposite thumb, apply slow, firm pressure along the tendons of your palm, starting from the center of your wrist and gliding upward toward the base of each finger. Give special focus to the deep center of your palm. Massaging this key zone breaks up structural adhesions in the palmar fascia, releases compression on the median nerve, and directly stimulates the autonomic nervous system branches that balance your heart rhythm and digestive function. When you integrate this simple habit into your daily routine, you physically clear the pathways for red blood cells to deliver oxygen to your extremities, dramatically lower localized tissue acidity, and lighten the operational strain on your heart. Your grip strength will increase, joint stiffness will dissolve, and your physical body will begin reversing the biological signatures of premature aging. While clearing physical pathways through hydrotherapy and fascial massage is crucial, physical actions alone will not achieve complete health if the hidden emotional mechanisms driving physical tightness remain unaddressed. In Arcturian bioenergetic science, every physical sign in your body directly reflects a specific emotional state stored within your nervous system. Your hands are the physical organs of reaching out, grasping, holding on, giving, receiving, and exercising control over your life. When you carry chronic emotional distress, unexpressed grief, or a deep-seated desire to control life events out of fear, your body translates that tension directly into the muscles, tendons, and blood vessels of your hands and wrists. Ask yourself honestly, what are you clinging to so tightly that your body cannot relax? When you carry unhealed emotional wounds, past betrayals, or persistent survival anxiety, your central nervous system enters a continuous state of stress response. This chronic elevation of stress hormones causes persistent constriction in your peripheral blood vessels. Your subconscious mind, feeling threatened or overwhelmed, unconsciously clenches your hands and tightens your forearms, creating a state of continuous physical defense. This perpetual tension restricts normal blood flow, reduces cellular oxygenation, and causes acid buildup within the delicate joints of your fingers. Furthermore, an inability to let go of old hurts or a habit of overgiving while refusing to receive care manifests physically as stiffness, loss of flexibility, and autoimmune irritation in your hands. Your immune system becomes hypervigilant and confused, launching an inflammatory response against your own joint tissues because your psyche remains in continuous self-defense. Your nervous system cannot distinguish between an immediate physical danger and a lingering emotional memory. As long as your mind holds on to fear and control, your brain will continue sending signals of constriction to your peripheral nerves and blood vessels. True healing requires you to recognize that hand stiffness, weakness, and discomfort are physical expressions of suppressed emotional resistance. When you learn to release emotional control and discharge stored trauma from your nervous system, your blood vessels open, inflammatory markers drop, and physical recovery accelerates rapidly. Some transmissions don't come through words, they come through frequency. If something stirred within you just now, that's not a coincidence. Over 1,200 people have already activated their Arcturian codes, and they wish they had found this sooner. The Arcturian Encyclopedia, the Complete Arcturian Medicine, is a 122-page ebook with ancient techniques for body restoration, energy balance, and activating your natural inner healing power. Are you next? Get instant access in the first pinned comment. Only 72 hours at the launch price. To understand how this combination of physical care and emotional release transforms physical health in real life, consider the story of an elder starseed named Elena. At 68 years old, Elena suffered from severe hand stiffness, chronic numbness in her fingertips, and a dramatic loss of hand strength. Simple daily tasks like opening a food jar, buttoning a shirt, or holding a cup caused her intense physical pain. Her hands were permanently cold to the touch, her nails had deep vertical ridges, and her palms showed persistent red blotches. She spent years consulting conventional specialists who diagnosed her with advanced osteoarthritis, carpal tunnel syndrome, and reduced age-related circulation. She was prescribed strong anti-inflammatory medications, given supportive wrist splints, and informed that her physical decline was an unavoidable part of getting older. Over time, the pharmaceutical medications compromised her stomach lining, leaving her exhausted, bloated, and feeling physically helpless. Refusing to accept that her physical life was over, Elena decided to address her health through root cause restoration. She discontinued the pain-masking medications and immediately started daily thermal hydrotherapy to restore microvascular flushing in her hands. She massaged her palms daily with pure magnesium oil to release median nerve compression and clear fascial tightness. At the same time, Elena confronted the emotional roots of her illness. She realized she had spent decades living in a supple state of continuous emotional defense, holding deep unspoken grief from a past relationship loss and maintaining rigid control over her daily life out of financial fear. Her hands were physically clenched because her heart was terrified of letting go. Elena began intentional emotional release practices, taking deep breaths into her hands and consciously releasing the continuous burden of controlling everything around her. Within 3 weeks of combining contrast thermal baths, fascial release, and emotional surrender, the swelling in her knuckle joints began to decrease significantly. Within 2 months, the coldness in her fingers disappeared, replaced by warm, healthy blood flow. Her grip strength returned, the vertical ridges on her fingernails smoothed out as her digestion recovered, and her morning joint stiffness completely vanished. Elena did not simply comfort her hands. She renewed her entire physical vitality, proving that when you align targeted physical care with emotional release, your body possesses an extraordinary capacity to heal itself at any stage of life. Now, let us translate these biological and emotional principles into an immediate practical routine that you can use today to revitalize your hands, support your internal organs, and reset your nervous system. This technique is called the Arcturian hand meridian activation and thermal breath reset, and it takes only 3 minutes to complete. Sit comfortably in a quiet space with your spine straight and your feet resting flat on the floor. Begin by rubbing the palms of your hands together briskly for 15 seconds until you generate noticeable physical heat between them. This simple friction activates local nerve receptors and opens thermal pathways in your hands. Next, place your right thumb directly into the center of your left palm. Apply firm, steady pressure to this central point while making slow, circular massage movements for 30 seconds. As you apply this pressure, inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4 seconds. Hold your breath gently for 4 seconds, and exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. This slow, measured breathing pattern immediately activates your parasympathetic nervous system, relaxing your arterial walls and lowering stress hormones. After 30 seconds, switch hands and apply the same firm thumb pressure to the center of your right palm while maintaining your slow breathing rhythm. Next, perform fingertip tapping. Gently tap the tips of all 5 fingers of your right hand against the corresponding tips of your left hand simultaneously, creating a firm, rhythmic tapping action for 30 seconds. The tips of your fingers contain concentrated nerve endings that link directly to major organ pathways. Your thumbs connect to respiratory function, your index fingers to digestive balance, your middle fingers to circulatory health, your ring fingers to systemic hormonal regulation, and your pinky fingers to cardiovascular strength. Tapping your fingertips sends electrical pulses through your peripheral nerves to stimulate these core organ systems. Finally, stretch both hands wide open, spreading your fingers as far apart as comfortable for 5 seconds, then gently close them into a relaxed fist for 5 seconds. Repeat this stretching cycle 3 times. When complete, rest your hands palms up on your lap, close your eyes, and feel the warm, tingling sensation of refreshed blood flow pulsing through your fingers. Perform this 3-minute reset twice daily, once upon waking and once before rest, to clear vascular congestion, calm your nervous system, and continuously nourish your physical body. When you incorporate this practice into your daily life, a complete shift occurs in your overall health and personal vitality. You no longer view your body as a fragile vessel, vulnerable to unexplainable illness or inevitable age-related decay. You step fully into your identity as a conscious manager of your physical vessel, fully capable of reading the subtle signals your body provides and responding with clear, effective care. Your hands become physical evidence of your internal restoration. As your peripheral circulation improves, your liver filters waste efficiently, your gut absorbs essential minerals, your nervous system steps out of continuous stress, and your heart effortlessly delivers vital blood to every organ. The stiffness in your joints clears because you have removed both the underlying physical waste and the emotional burden of continuous control. You move through your daily life with ease, physical strength, and renewed energy, enjoying strong hands, warm extremities, and a steady, healthy constitution. Remember, courageous starseed, your physical frame was engineered with incredible innate intelligence, capable of continuous self-repair when provided with clean blood flow, proper nutrient absorption, and emotional freedom. Do not allow conventional limitations to dictate the health of your future. Look at your hands today not with worry, but with appreciation and clarity, knowing that within them lies the direct pathway to restoring your physical body, renewing your strength, and living in complete biological balance. Some transmissions don't come through words, they come through frequency. If something stirred within you just now, that's not a coincidence. Over 1,200 people have already activated their Arcturian codes, and they wish they had found this sooner. The Arcturian Encyclopedia, The Complete Arcturian Medicine, is a 122-page ebook with ancient techniques for body restoration, energy balance, and activating your natural inner healing power. Are you next? Get instant access in the first pinned comment, only 72 hours at the launch price.